Hello, this is day 8 of me going live 30 days in a row. My goal is to teach as many U.S. business owners, U.S. franchise owners, U.S. entrepreneurs, and 1099 income people who are making 1099 income with the Business Spendthrift Trust. It's legal, it's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. Comes from England way back when King Henry VIII, that famous king who chopped off his wives' heads, started the Church of England. Hey, now I can divorce my wives. What a swell guy. He went to go tax the lords and ladies of England, and they went back to the 12th century to the Magna Carta and said, oh, no, King Henry VIII, you can't do this. It's contract law that came to the colonies while we were still part of England. The law firm I'm a representative of is inherited a trust that's going to turn 365 years old in 2026. Congratulations to them. Our country is only going to be 250 years old on July 4th. I remember when we turned 200 years old, I was in 7th grade. Yes, I just aged myself. Our current tax structure here in the United States went into effect February of 1913. The super rich families of 1913, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, and the Kennedys made sure they could save taxes. Well, if they can save taxes, we can save taxes. Hi, my name is Sally Gimmon, and I started both my business and Beneficial Spendthrift Trust in September of 2000 because on April 4th, 2020, start of COVID, my CPA called me and said, congratulations. In 2019, with my mentor, I wholesaled 7 bank-owned properties nationwide, paid off all my debt, and I was considered a rock star in my real estate group. If you remember a few years ago, there was a Super Bowl ad saying, you are not a rock star. I was not a rock star. I had $50,000 saved, but when my CPA called on April 4th, 2020, all the courthouses, all the banks, everything shut down. He said I owed 90. My tax bracket went from 22% to 24%, and I owed $94,000 in short-term capital gains. I told him honestly, I only had $50,000 saved, and on April 1st of 2020, my 3 properties, my 3 notes did not pay me, so I had no money coming in. His solution was set up an appointment with me. We'll set you up on a payment plan. You'll have interest and penalties, but we'll get you through this. I'm like, that's your only solution? That doesn't work for me. I went to bed on April 4th crying. A fantastic book to read is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. His entire thing is put a thought into your head when you take a nap or go to sleep, and you'll have a solution. I woke up on April 5th. I knew I was going to contact a friend whose friend did HELOCs on paid off houses. And then I had also read an article about the Rockefellers Spendthrift Trust. It's called The Office. The Rockefellers Spendthrift Trust is 7 generations old and has over 400 people under the same EIN or employee identification number. Each individual family files a different 1041 tax return, so their money is not commingled with each other. It's independent. Now, the law firm I work on behalf of was started 78 years ago by a Harvard law professor. He wrote 5 specific trusts to save specific taxes. In 78 years, not a single trust has ever been audited. Now his grandson and great-grandson run the law firm, and they are so confident in what they do, they will defend you free of charge if you get questioned by the IRS. In 78 years, it's happened one time only. A senior IRS agent went down to Texas, spent 5 hours in the boardroom, approved the trust. He sent an unsolicited letter back to the law firm 2 weeks later. If you need a copy of that, just reach out to me. And then he retired from the IRS. He became an affiliate like myself, and he called all his previous clients where he was auditing them and helped them save taxes. I wish I had his Rolodex, whatever it's called now, his account or whatever. He made buku money. Now, the 5 different trusts. The business trust is for to save 90% on federal income taxes and no longer pay state income taxes in 43 states. That's what I'm going to talk about here about a client who's in Ohio. Second one, the beneficial trust is for any and all U.S. investors. You'll stop paying taxes on profits. You'll no longer pay capital gains when you sell at a profit. Short-term capital gains are between 10 to 37%, depending on your tax bracket. It affects you if you are wholesaling, fix and flipping, doing auction houses, tax liens. So you're selling crypto, you're an options trader, or you're doing forex investing. You'll no longer pay interest income taxes. Again, tax just like federal income taxes, between 10% to 37%, depending on your tax bracket. It affects you if you are a passive investor, you're in mutual funds, you're in a Riich, you're doing subject to real estate, you're doing the Burr strategy. I personally have 12 notes where I'm the paper in the house. People pay me their mortgage. Creative financing, seller financing, or forex investing. Listen up, forex investors, you get double taxed and you need the Beneficial Spendthrift Trust to stop that. You'll no longer pay dividend income taxes. If you're in the stock market, you're a day trader, you are a futures trader, you're a commodities trader, or you're living on dividends. Again, tax between 10% to 37%, 7 different layers. You'll no longer pay rental income taxes. If you're a real estate investor, I don't care if you have short-term rentals like Airbnb or vacation rentals, you have 3, 5, 10, 15, 100 doors. Maybe you're in multifamily real estate, apartment real estate, you're doing commercial real estate, or you're doing Airbnb arbitrage. And finally, you'll no longer pay royalty income taxes if you have talent or NFTs. So if you're an actor, an actress, an author, maybe you are an artist, you have NFTs, copyrights, patents, or intellectual property. The third trust he did was the charitable trust. Several of my clients have saved so much money in taxes, they have started their own charities to give back to their communities. The fourth trust he wrote, mineral rights trusts. I've only sold one of these. One of my beneficial clients inherited his granddad's horse farm in Oklahoma. On the horse farm, there are 6 functioning oil wells that he makes revenue off of. If you have oil rights, shale rights, or coal rights, that money goes through the mineral rights trust. And then the fifth trust he wrote is the senior trust for anyone who's over 65 and incapacitated. Maybe they've had a stroke or dementia. It is a blind trust for the 65-year-old or older, and somebody else in the family is in control of the money. Now, I don't care which trust you go with. You're going to save in 4 extremely important ways. Number 1, you're going to save federal and state income taxes year after year, generation after generation, and leave a legacy. Who doesn't want to learn the secret of the rich? You could use this money that you save to put back into your business, put back into your investments, pay off your mortgage, buy a new vehicle, take your family on a well-deserved vacation, give to your favorite charity, or save for retirement. Number 2, you're going to keep your information 100% private. I didn't know this until I started the trust, but anyone can go online to the Secretary of State or the Corporation Commission of your state and research LLCs, S Corps, C Corps by your name or by the name of the LLC, S Corp, or C Corp. 40% of them, yes, I Googled this, 40% of them get sued every year. You have better options gambling in Las Vegas than having an LLC. When I started the trust, I shut down 6 LLCs. The third way you're going to say, all lawsuits become frivolous and go away. I can't stop you from being sued, but if you do get a lawsuit, all your assets are in the trust and they can't get a hold of them. You would just send the first page of the trust to the attorney and the plaintiff and a short note saying, I'm sorry, you can't get blood from a stone. And the fourth way to save, if you're over 65 and you're making too much money, every October, the IRS goes back 2 years. So October 2026, they're going to look at 1040 tax returns of 2024. They're going to add everything together. How much you're getting from Social Security, how much you're getting from pensions. Are you making any income? Did you do a 401k withdrawal? Did you do a SEP withdrawal? Do you have capital gains, interest income, dividend income, rental income, or royalty income taxes? They add it all together. And if you're single and make more than $106,000 and you're on Medicare, you're going to get a surcharge. It's called IRMA surcharge on parts B and D of Medicare. If you're married, filing jointly, it goes up to $212,000. These are 2025 numbers. One of my clients, a husband and wife that I helped them save $72,000 in dividend income taxes. He was 70, she was 68. He was unaware that both he and she were paying over $800 per month for Medicare. I got them down to $185 a piece. Everybody on Medicare pays $185 from the Social Security check, but they got to save more than $1,200 per month that they no longer had to pay in IRMA surcharges. So my example today, so you know about this, is it was actually his wife who saw one of my TikTok videos. He is a franchisee owner. I had never heard of Mosquito Squad Plus before, but they're exterminators. They contacted me in 2025. They knew in 2024 they made $175,000, and in 2025 numbers, they got to save $30,745. They started the trust in March of 2025, so they got to save $2,562. I just updated all their information, still keeping it at $175,000. I don't know if these made more or less. I didn't contact them. But with living in Ohio, they have a special thing where they take the first $25,000 is not taxed. So their everything has gone down. Now with 2026 numbers, they'll only save $29,227. Actually, they're saving an additional. They saved because of the tax savings, $1,548. 90% on federal income taxes is going to be $25,131. And Ohio state income taxes, with that new discount in Ohio, go down to $4,096. So per month, they're going to save $2,435. They can use this money to put back into their business. They could pay off their mortgage. They could buy a new vehicle, take the family on a well-deserved vacation. They could give to their favorite charity or save retirement. I know when they started the trust, the wife was pregnant and she wanted to start a college fund for her. I don't know if they had a boy or girl, but they wanted to start a college fund. They can do this. If you are a U.S. business owner, a U.S. entrepreneur, a U.S. franchisee owner, or a 1099 income earner, earning at least $100,000 in 1099 income in a year, I can guarantee you will save 5 figures in federal income taxes no matter where you live in the United States. There's 4 ways to file your taxes. The most expensive way is single. I know because I'm single. Then there's head of household. You're divorced with children living in your household, 18 or younger. Then it's married filing separately. And the cheapest way to file your taxes is married filing jointly. If you are married, please file jointly. Very quietly, on January 1st of 2025, the IRS changed married filing separately. There's 7 different layers from 10% all the way down to 37%. So on January 1st of 2025, from 10% all the way down to 35%, it matches filing single. I can guarantee if you file jointly, you'll save double the amount in federal income taxes with that just one hit. That plus, if you make more than $100,000 in 1099 income, I can save you 5 figures in taxes, federal taxes, if you're in Texas, Tennessee, South Dakota, or Florida. And then if you're in 43 other states, you'll no longer pay state income taxes. I want to teach as many people the secret of the rich. When I got a $94,000 tax bill and my CPA had no solution for me, I took it into my own hands to figure out how the rich save taxes. I'm sharing this information with as many U.S. business owners, U.S. entrepreneurs, U.S. franchisee owners, and U.S. 1099 income earners, how they too can save taxes. I'm not growing, but my 2025 taxes, I got to save 92% on federal taxes. Yes, I'm paying 8%. 8% to the federal government. Thank you for being I'm happy to be a U.S. citizen. I do not pay North Carolina state income taxes. Well, here in Wade County, where I live, Raleigh, when you go to the grocery store, you pay 2% taxes on food, unless you're buying bad food. You're buying ice cream, you're buying candy, you're buying soda, you're buying chips. That's 7%. They're trying to shame you to lose weight. Well, I'm not going to stop buying my mint chip ice cream. That's my go-to celebration. I still pay gas tax. I still pay takeout tax. I'm not tax-free. I'm just saving taxes. With my beneficial trust for 2025, I wholesale 4 properties. I have a crypto bot between Ethereum and Bitcoin. I get paid a little bit, 10 cents here, 15 cents here, about $60 a day. Didn't pay that. My friend Glenn does my options trading, paid no capital gains on my profits. I made 27.5% on my profits there. I have 12 notes. I have at 2025 taxes, I had 4 seller financing houses. That's interest income taxes I did not pay. I had 4 rentals. I do not pay taxes on that. And when I get paid from the law firm, since the trust is copyrighted, I don't pay royalty income taxes. I probably have saved close to $700,000 easily in the past 6 years using my Beneficial Spendthrift Trust. If you want to find out more, I have a free masterclass at www.thetrustisyou.com. But more importantly, if you want to set up a free 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me, it's www.thetrustisyou.com/scheduling. Again, the Spendthrift Trust is legal. It's in IRS Tax Code 643B. With the Business Trust, you'll save 90% on federal income taxes and no longer pay state income taxes in 43 states. You're going to keep your information 100% private. I can't stop you from being sued, but all lawsuits become frivolous and go away. And if you're 65 or older, it will stop the IRMA surcharge on Medicare. What do you have to lose but to learn the secret of the rich? Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day and take care.